Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Katie and today I am going to be doing a collab video with Guardian Angel Horsemanship. Her video will a link in the description and I'll also have it at the outro part of this video, so if you want to go ahead and go over there after you're done watching this video and check that out, that would be greatly appreciated. Today I am going to be talking about just the basics of what you need to know about buying your first horse. So let's just get on into it. First tip I would have to say is finding somebody who's knowledgeable about horses, whether it be a friend or a trainer. Getting some lessons under your belt, finding someone who can help you just learn in a safe environment and how to handle horses, and learning more, just getting around horses, kind of getting the feel for it and learning how to take care of them, groom them, learning how to feed them. All those things will help you ultimately in the end after you buy your first horse. Now, the second thing on my list is buying the right horse for you. So since you're a beginner or you're buying your first horse, you need to consider buying a horse that is extremely broke or very gentle. One that is a little bit older. You don't want something too young that is still pretty green. So you just want something that is very gentle, a little bit older, and knows how to take care of you and is a really good horse. Along with buying your first horse, when you go talk to the owners of the horse that you're going to be buying them from, you need to ask them if he has any health issues in the past, like if he colicked or had any past injuries that you should be concerned about. You can also ask them about behavioral issues, if they kick, bite, buck when you're in the saddle, and have any other bad issues that you could talk to them about. That would be a good thing to bring up at that time. And just kind of getting a feel for the horse and picking the right one for you. The next thing on my list is finding the right vet for you. Most vets are a mixed animal practice, so they don't do strictly equine. And I would suggest also knowing where the nearest surgical center is, just in case your horse needs to go in for a colic surgery or has a laceration that needs to be taken care of, that you know where to go when you're in a panic and everything's just going crazy. That's something you need to figure out, is where the nearest surgical hospital is for emergencies, but also having your local vet to kind of go along with the veterinary theme. Vet bills are quite astronomical at times, especially if your horse does colic or has a laceration or some other illness that would affect your horse in that kind of a way. It is kind of expensive to pay for those things, so kind of having a rainy day fund would be a good idea. The next thing I'm going to talk about is pre-purchase exam. So when you go look at your new horse, I'm sure that depending upon where you are, you can get a pre-purchase exam done on the horse that you're looking at, which would be wise. It's just a precaution that you can take. Normally the person who's buying the horse pays for the pre-purchase exam. You'll know if the horse has any lameness at the time, or you could get radiographs taken and an overall wellness check done just to kind of cover your bases on the horse. And if it turns out the horse is lame chronically, you're able to just kind of move on, or you would have the option of buying the horse knowing that it would have issues or have to have maintenance done to it. So pre-purchase exam is wise, I would think. The next thing I'm going to talk about is farrier work. And you have to get your horse's hooves trimmed. They're just like fingernails that need to be trimmed and filed once in a while. So you need to think about how expensive that's going to be. So getting your horse's hooves taken care of. I'm not quite sure how many weeks people go by, but I know it's like 4 to 6 weeks getting your hooves trimmed or shoes reset or whatever you have to do. And that's also another thing you need to consider, is if a horse goes in shoes and is comfortable, or goes in barefoot, because obviously the price difference would be quite a little bit versus a trim and having to have a horse shod. Next thing I'm going to talk about is a feed bill. You kind of need to know what you're going to be feeding your horse so you can talk to your veterinarian about that, and finding a good local feed store or finding a Tractor Supply. That's where I get my feed, is Tractor Supply. And just knowing what you're going to feed your horse is important. Along with the feed, you're going to have to figure out a hay situation. So depending upon if you feed your horse hay all year round, or if you put them on pasture, it just kind of varies from case to case, I'm sure. You also need to kind of consider how bad your winters are going to be, and storing up hay during the summer months for hay in the winter time. Horses need roughage in their diet, so you need to kind of consider what you're going to do over the winter months. So whether it be square bales or round bales, just kind of depending upon where you are in that. So just learn as you go. You won't know everything within 5 years or 10 years of owning horses. I still learn new stuff about horses all the time, and it's just a part of owning a horse. It's just learning from your mistakes and moving on. So I would say if horses is something that you're planning on sticking with, that it does pay off in the end, even though you do spend a lot of money on the horses and a lot of time goes into it. But that is about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you go and check out Guardian Angel Horsemanship's video that we did the collab obviously with, and I hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
We were kids back then, thinking we would live forever. We were kids back then.